We're live. Hello, Marie. Hello, Soul family. Thank you for being here. How are you doing, Marie and Jazzy?
Oh, we're great. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Always nice to be here. Jasper
Hello,
sends
Jazzy.
big love to everyone. And how are you, Miss Elisa?
Yeah, I am doing fantastic. I surrendered to the universe, and it has delivered. And I found a place to go to finally because I'm moving out next Sunday, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday.
Yeah.
And I had nowhere to go. So I'm just excited that I got what I really wanted. And it's just, you got to surrender sometimes, and the universe delivers every time. That's why my hair is all wet, because it was at the beach. It's a
Oh,
condo
right.
at the beach. And I went to the beach after looking at the condo. So
Perfect. Oh, that's so amazing. And you're so right, we've been talking about this as well, but sometimes the universe puts us through showing us what we don't want to actually really get in our minds and our creative being what it is we do want. So you've got to go through all that stuff, and then you go, oh, I don't want that, but what I do want is this. And then you're right, you've got to surrender. And that's often the hardest part.
yeah.
So well done. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I am so excited. Finally, that was such a,
Stress.
yeah, I was trying not to let it stress me. I was just kind of like not thinking about it. Like,
Yeah.
what could I do to get busy so I don't have to think about it,
Yeah.
Yeah. And it worked.
It worked. It's a big thing moving home, isn't it? It's always a big job and, a big change. So
it is. It's huge.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that I'm doing this while everything else is happening around us, right?
Yeah, I
Like, we
know.
don't know if the EBS is going to happen, when it's going to happen, all these things that are out there. And it's just like, I can't hold my life anymore for these
No.
things, It's going to happen when it's going to happen. And I'm just going to continue living my life, Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone to Croatia. I wouldn't have sold my house.
Right.
I wouldn't, no. Not
You do,
holding my
and
life.
you're spot on. And this is what I think we all keep saying is you have to follow your intuition. You have to stay internal. Let everything else just happen around you. You're going to be fine, looked after, but you've got to follow your own intuition always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, anything new with you? Oh, I forgot to turn my phone off.
That's all right. No, I just want to say to everyone, thank you for your beautiful birthday wishes. I ended up having a lovely day with friends and ended up going to the beach the next day. So just, had a wonderful time. But no, not too much going on really that's new around, the scenario. So just like you, just going through what's in my life. Yeah, what do I need to do? Yeah, totally.
Fantastic. Well, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I did spend most of my day, at the beach, so I don't have a whole lot, but I'm sure the Soul family does. So of course, Dennis already had some things going on, but I don't know what he wants to ask about the boy toy attacker. So, because I don't know if you know what happened, do you?
Oh, I vaguely think I saw. It was he a rapper? No.
So the our Speaker of the House, she's a woman,
Right,
with the short hair. Well, her husband got attacked by.
Oh yes, that's yes.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
I sort of saw a few little snippets on that, and I was just giggling, going, "Oh, this is interesting."
It's just hilarious. It's just hilarious.
I know.
So we could do some cards to see if that was, what was behind that? What was the reason that came out?
Yeah. Yes. Let's have a little look and see. Okay, just going to tune in.
Okay. And
yeah, it's yeah, I'm sort of feeling that. Okay, this one wants to come out. Yeah. Okay, so this, and I was getting that, I was going, this is like a lead up because our Six of Wands has come up. So it's almost been like a lead up to something coming out that's like a victory for the people that aren't, involved in all that stuff. So this is like for us almost. It's almost like it's a victory for us and the Fool cards come out. So it's
Ah.
like a change, a new beginning, stepping off a cliff that people haven't known about per se, if that makes sense. Yeah. And
Mm.
so it's almost like a trigger. Aha. Now we've got our 10 of Swords. To me, this is like a death card. Something's finished, leaking energy. So it's almost like a step towards this for it
Yes.
to become public as to what's really going on. So it's throwing out scenarios. People are going, what? And it's going to be like a forerunner, I feel, to help bring something out for
Yeah.
us all.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so it sounds like it was a white hat up then.
let's have a look and see.
Yeah.
So let's
Because
have a look and see.
it sounds like they want us, they want not us, but the people that are asleep to see what's happening and to know what type of people these are.
I'm just going to ask straight up: Is this a white hat op? So let's just, that one's hot. Yep. Yeah, it looks like it because we've got our Two of Wands, which to me is always finding a stability, finding a place that's balanced in the world. So it's like finding, and then the Page of Pentacles, which is something new, bringing a new reality out for people to see. So the Page is almost like a messenger as well. Yeah, and then the Seven of Swords. This is always my strategy card. So there's the Five of Swords when they're holding it is the change and they're leaving two behind. Again, that balance like our Two of Wands. So definitely this is a strategy from we were asking whether it was the white hats. Yeah, it is, because we've got our 10 of Cups, which is the family, the feeling good, the creating something good, to me is always around white hats. So yes, it is a strategy by them.
Okay, very good. And I know that also, I don't know if you know this, but the election in Brazil was very, the bad guys won, supposedly. But what we have to remember is that pretty much all the governments are already under white hat supervision, let's say. So if we see something happening, it's because, I apologize.
That is so cute. You just grew a tail out of your head. Oh, it's funny.
So if you see things like that happening, it's because it's a movie and they want to out something, right? Some information, something like that. So let's confirm that what happened with the election is actually white hat up.
Yeah. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, because it's interesting, isn't it? Because I was actually noticing that he's doing the same thing as what was done in the US, taking the Constitution. Oh, yeah, because we've got our Four of Swords. So there's definitely, this is like a hidden plan of some sort, definitely a plan coming together. The Nine of Wands, it's been that really arduous, long journey, but they're still standing strong. That last wand is in place. So when these sort of cards come up, Six of Cups. So again, it's offering something. Six of Cups is always about offering something emotionally, but it's been created. There's always a village behind it. So to me, this is a setup. It's like a plan that's still hidden. Eight of Cups, walking away from something. So like when they're all going to go, I think, boom, 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 when it happens, it'll be like, look, Five of Cups. So people are really upset with this. There's a lot of grief around this scenario. You know, it's a bit like in the US, there was a lot of grief around what happened. So definitely that is a plan in action that's hidden.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Very good. All right, now I get to ask a question. We got to share, you guys. We got to share. Okay, so the next question I'm going to ask is, deep staters fleeing the US for fear of military arrest. Several deep state politicians and members of the criminal regime's administration are so fearful of being arrested by the US military that they're exerting control over the sheeple from afar, and in some cases from outside the United States. So let's see if that is true.
Okay. Wow, interesting. And I wonder, how long ago was that written? Do you know what I mean?
It was pretty new because I looked at it before we started the show.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. So what I got because I was sort of getting the feeling that that's been happening for a while, like they've set themselves up somewhere, and then the Nine of Pentacles came up, which is a unique place of abundance. So for them, and then the Empress, they've created something for themselves where they feel safe. The Hermit, and the Hermit card is isolation, like being away from something. So
Okay.
there is some truth in that. Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's just recent. I mean, this could have been going on for a long time as well.
Yeah. Okay. Do you get an inkling? Do you say that because you get an inkling
Yeah.
that it could be? Okay.
Yeah.
That's the case?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I would say, though, that it's actually knowing where they are. So I'll check on that. But that's, King of Pentacles. So I feel that it's knowing where they are. So the King of Pentacles is someone that's a master creator of reality.
Mhm.
So, so it's knowing.
Wow, that's so messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know if I understand this question from Dennis.
Okay.
Does the Mecca black cube contain a sleeping Anunnaki giant?
Gosh,
Okay.
Can you put that one up?
Yes,
Is that?
I am.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything that would get us in trouble.
Sure. Does the Mecca black
Cube contain a sleeping Anunnaki giant? That's so funny.
I know.
We can ask. I mean, sometimes
I can
Dennis
ask. It
will
doesn't
ask
matter.
a question and I'm just laughing, and then it's like true, and it's like, whoa.
I know, and I'm not quite sure what that all means, so I'm just going to ask.
Yeah. So the
does
Mecca,
it?
we did do a show where we asked about the Mecca cube, and if it was if they were siphoning the energy from the people going around in circles.
That's right. That's right. This is so interesting. I don't feel it is, because we've got our Seven of Pentacles. Now, this is when there's seeds being planted and maybe ideas or something's being created. And then we've got our Five of Cups, which is a grief card. So, it could be something that was wanted by people, but then we've got our Tower card. So this is a massive change. So, okay, the word that's coming through is not sleeping, but maybe not awake. It's gone, finished, dead. So
So whatever the Anunnaki that was there, it's not there anymore.
It's not sleeping, so it's gone. So it's something's changed. It's shifted. So there might have been something in there that was, like not what you expect, but it's whatever it is now. To me, that's actually shifted and changed.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. So my next question is, there seems to be stuff going on at the Capitol. I don't know what this is here in front of the Capitol. Here it is zoomed in. And
is it like fences or something?
Yeah, it's almost like they're covering up. I don't know. It just looks really odd and weird.
Yeah.
So let's ask, what can the cards tell us about what's going on there?
Let's just see if we can get anything at all from it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that one's hot. Yep, you're hot. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. So it's interesting because our Empress card has come up, and to me, this is something that's been created. So something's being created, and then the Four of Pentacles. So this is a new foundation, but it sometimes takes time. And look at all the weird things that have been going on around that place in the last 2 years, even. So it's almost like there's something that's being created for a situation. Yeah, Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands to me is a person or a situation that's trustworthy, and it's an action card. So something might be going to happen, and that's all needed to be in place for it to happen. Yeah, King of Cups, bit tricky. So people are wondering, they're a little bit emotionally like, what's going on? So it's still being hidden, but there's definitely something that's being created for a reason, for something that's going to play out.
Okay, does it have to do with Mr. T? I don't want to say inauguration, but
no,
almost like the presentation of the fact that he is.
Yeah. Okay, good point. Yeah.
Or
So for some truth to be revealed, maybe, is that why it's happening? Let's
yeah,
see.
like I don't know. Let me see what everybody gets here on the chat, and maybe we
Yeah,
can.
because if other people have got some ideas, it's always great, isn't it, to throw it around? But
Mhm,
Four of
mhm.
Swords again, so it's something that's still a mystery for us. It's a plan that's definitely in place, but it's a mystery. I mean, you know, because they're not telling us much. Nine of Swords, it's creating a bit of worry for people. Again, people are going, oh,
Yeah,
why
of
is this going
course.
on? What's happening? So, but it's not telling us King of Pentacles again. So whatever it is, it's very aware, it's very deliberate, it's been created from a master plan, but I'm not
Mhm.
getting if that's the reason why.
Okay. Okay.
No, no. It's and then the Five of Wands, which to me is change, action change, but it's a little bit chaotic. So I'm not getting
Mm.
that's the reason why. If anyone's got any ideas, throw them out there and we can check
Yeah,
in
yeah,
on it.
yeah, yeah. And I'll let you check the bottom of the queue while I
Yeah,
stay on
sure.
my
Yeah, yeah. No,
questions.
that's fine. No,
Um,
nothing's come up yet. No, so
thank you. Thank you, Dennis. I'm glad you liked the show with Patricia. Um, okay, so
Lady Hawk's
let's
funny. She
see.
said it's a new drive-in theatre because it does. It looks like the back of those
It
old
does,
drive-in
right?
screens. That's funny. Oh.
Okay. Okay, so here we go. It's Cosmic Bear. Um, James Bruce translated I think it means Enoch's book.
Mhm.
He was a Mason, and my question is the book of Enoch as false as the Bible?
Okay. So hi, Cosmic Bear. And of course, there's always misinterpretations and things deliberately put into books, especially more recent, well, I guess recent books. But let's have a look and see.
Didn't
Is
we
it?
do a show on the book of
Yeah,
Enoch?
yeah, we did,
A
and
whole show on the book of Enoch.
yeah, and there was a lot of truth, but there was a lot. We felt remember there was a lot that was hidden still as well.
Hmm. I
So
don't remember any of it, but
yeah, it looks like because the Ace of Pentacles has come up. So, and I was asking, is there some fake stuff in it? Yes, there is. However, there's
oh,
also some good stuff if you can go in deeper and see behind a lot of the things that are in there. So
sort of like the Bible.
they've always said that when you read things differently and you then you get a different interpretation anyway of what's
Yeah.
coming through. So
Hmm.
yeah, the Hermit. So this is going in a different way internally, using your wisdom to interpret. Yeah, but of course, Five of Swords. This is when there's a lot of fighting about what it actually means and who says it and whatever. But yeah, of course, there is some falseness in there, Cosmic Bear, as well. So there's
Okay.
truth too. Mm.
Okay. All right. Very good. So it says the next question is it was appears to have been written in Palestine by several different authors in the first and second centuries BC for hundreds of years. Who wrote the book of Enoch? Well, the cards aren't going to give us names, so I can tell you that.
No. And, you know, who knows? Maybe it was even before then. Maybe, like, we know that books have been given different names, but are holding similar stories or whatever. So it could have even been before the first and second century BC.
Yeah,
So,
so can we ask if it
yeah.
was channeled or if it was written by somebody close to Enoch?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Again, it's really interesting. So when the Five of Pentacles comes up when I'm asking a question around this, to me it feels like this is the misinterpretation that's come through. So it was almost like it was taken from somewhere and changed, because the Queen of Swords has come up. Now she's someone that very direct, but not the King of Swords. So you can often have some misinterpretation, okay, with that Queen of Swords. So the Chariot. So to me, what it's saying is it's come from the past, so it's been passed on, this
Mm-hmm.
information, because that's what the Chariot to me is. It's moving forward. It's actually taking things into a new level. So I don't feel it was channeled. I feel it was information that was brought through, and then of course you get, it's like Chinese whispers,
Yep,
you get
plain
things that are
telephone.
changed. Yeah.
Yep,
So,
absolutely.
so that's what the cards are saying. It's quite
Yeah.
tricky, you know, yeah, trying to get those sort of that information through, but that's what I was feeling with the cards.
Okay. And the last question is, um, why was the Book of Enoch removed from the Bible? So let's see what the
Mm,
cards have to say
mm,
about that.
yeah, of course. A lot
Yes.
was removed from the Bible, wasn't it? All the
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, the divine feminine was removed from the Bible, all their
Mm.
writings and teachings, you know,
Mm.
Dead Sea Scrolls, strength. And I was asking, why would that have been done? And it was to make a particular way forward stronger for particular people. Okay, so there was an agenda here, justice. So yeah,
Oh.
so it was actually it was, yeah, okay, and Knight of Wands. So there was an action taken to change it up. All right, so it actually fitted for particular for a particular group. So this was
Mm-hmm.
all about who did it. God, and that Hermit card keeps coming up. So it actually makes people go in and find your own wisdom at the end of the day as well. So it was all to help those that wanted to be stronger and have their own way of looking at things. So that, and you know, we probably pretty much know who that might be.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
yep,
absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Let's see. Jim's question. Hello, Jimmy.
Ooh,
Will the truth about giants be revealed in our lifetime?
that's a good question, Jim. And it's, you know, I mean, and it's so obvious. Once you know, you just can't unsee stuff, can you? Once you've actually seen things. I mean, for me, there's a place up here on the Sunshine Coast, and they've got these. They call them the Glass House Mountains, and they're just these mountains that stick out in the middle of nowhere. But when you look at it from a certain angle, I was driving back one day from up there, and I saw this. I went, oh, that's a giant bending over, and I actually got goosebumps and everything. I could see it, and you know, like the giant trees, all of that. You just can't unsee it once you've seen it. So let's just see if it will be revealed out in the open in our lifetime. Yeah, again, these cards are coming up. This is interesting. It's all around truth and speaking. Yeah, I feel it will be, because we've got our Queen of Swords, and like I said, this is sometimes things that are hidden, like very direct, but hidden in plain sight almost. Knight of Wands. So it's an action card bringing through a message, can be a little bit not on track. So this is not in the near future, but the Fool card. So I feel that maybe over the next however long, 10, 20 years, that this new aspect will come into play. Look, it's already out there. That's the thing. It's already out there if people want to look for it, but it hasn't come into most people's perspective. So 10 of Cups. So to me, this is always something that, yes, it's actually brings about more truth about who we are, what's happening here, what our world's really made up of. And yeah,
Very exciting.
it is really exciting, Jim. So wouldn't it be fantastic if, you know,
Yeah.
everything came out?
Yeah. 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 So will we oh, it left me. Oh, crap. Okay, I'm going to put this question up and see if I can remember what my question was. From Melissa, is
Okay.
it important to know past lives?
It's a really good question, Melissa. And it's interesting because I'll often talk about other lifetimes more than past lives, because sometimes they're all going on concurrently and we can
They
actually
are.
influence them. Yeah. So, what do you think about this one, Elisa?
Well, since I dealt with it for many years as a
Yes.
quantum hypnotist and doing regressions, I think it's important if it's affecting your life, because, and I'm reading my teacher, Antonio Sangio, wrote a book, Your Soul's, oh my God. Anyway, I'm going to have him on the show. I'm going to schedule him after Thanksgiving here in the US. And he explains it in there. But basically, past lives aren't really past. They're at one time. All those lives are happening at one time. So it's not linear. And those when something is affecting you because it's happening right now in another life and it's affecting this life, then yes, I definitely think you should know about it, because it will um, it will heal. For some reason, when you see the trauma from the other life in this life, it just, the trauma gets healed somehow. I'm not really sure how, but it does. So absolutely, I think it's very important to know if it can help you in this life.
Yeah, beautifully said. And I agree. And I feel sometimes our lineage, what's come through in our, with, the emotional pain that's been held and passed through, or DNA, we can actually change that. And I really feel this lifetime that we're having now is so powerful. We can actually do so much more than we know. But, if you're intrigued, you can go in, I guess, and do some, quantum hypnosis or some past life regressions.
Regression, yeah.
But I found I usually got triggered. I was usually in a situation, I was going, why is this feeling familiar? What's going on? Why am I emotional? And that would really help, was to actually go and see what was what had happened, or what was happening in another lifetime, and we can fix it. And look at this, the beautiful lovers cards come up. And this is about coming together within ourselves to actually create a balance. So that's actually probably one of the best cards we could get, just to sort of confirm what we're saying, and then put an end to it. Yeah, 10 of Swords, which is finishing.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah. Basically,
so spot on.
The cards are confirming what I was saying.
Yes.
So yes, Melissa, your fears can come from other lives. Sometimes there's little kids, right? They're so scared to go in an airplane, but they've never been in an airplane, and how would they know that it's scary? So there are fears that comes from other lifetimes. Absolutely, yes. Yeah. And quite often people get healed when they do the regressions. Those go away. So
that's right.
yeah.
And drownings,
absolutely.
all sorts of traumatic, maybe, when we leave our body, if it's been quite traumatic, that can be carried over to be released and healed.
Yes, absolutely. I like this question, Trixie Tot. Will we be able to play with the fairies soon?
Oh, Trixie, that's so cute. We can play with them now.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. What do you think, Elisa?
That's exactly what I was going to say. Now, don't ask me how. I don't know how. If I knew, I would tell you. But maybe Maree has an idea.
Well, remember we did that beautiful YouTube around all the elemental beings and the fairies. We were talking about, places where it's easier to connect into their energy, because it's just interdimensional. So it's really just allowing yourself to be in a vibration where you can actually then connect with them, and trusting, and actually imagination then helps things to start coming through for you. So like crystal fairies, like crystals, they have conscious beings that are an aspect of them, so that you could call them fairies. So if you gently squeeze your crystal, it can activate it, and then ask to be connected in to that crystal being or that crystal fairy. And it may come to you while you're sleeping, but if you're really vibrating at that rate, you'll really see it and understand what it is. So it's letting go of the not believing, I guess. That's part of it. So yeah. So go play with fairies, Trixie.
Do it.
Absolutely
do it. It's awesome. Okay. The next question from Trigel. Will we get truth on Tartaria and star forts? I don't know what star forts are.
No, neither do I.
Oh. Okay. Those are the forts that look like stars from above.
Oh, okay.
Like those Spanish forts.
Okay. Let's have a look and see. Again, Tartaria. Again, the information's out there. I've got a favorite. There's a couple of Australians that do Tartaria Australia, and didactic.com. Amazing. They're just such forward thinkers, and then they go and research. It's just incredible. Australia is one of the weirdest places for Tartaria and history you've ever seen. King of Wands, yes. So the King of Wands to me is a truth bringer. It's an action card, but it's also very truthful to me. It's very reliable. So I feel, again, it sort of correlates with the giants and why they were giants as well. I mean, look at a lot of those buildings. They're not made for our sized people.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to, came to mind was to ask.
Yes.
if the buildings in the Capitol, there's these buildings that are made of concrete I've never seen before. It's a
Yep.
different type of porous concrete, and the windows are huge, the doors are huge, and I'm just, now it's like, wait a minute, there's
Mhm.
something going on with that. So
Yeah.
have we ever asked if those buildings in
I,
the Washington D.C., like the specific ones,
yeah, if they were made
like
before,
yes, if they're from Tartaria.
we can
Yeah,
check on that if you like. But yeah,
yeah,
but Trigall, yes, I feel that truth will come out. Again, might take quite a while, because I mean, people are only just waking up to what's really going on in our system and who's running it and what's happening anyway. So that would be like the next, that would be down the track, I would say. So, but
mhm,
it looks like it will. There's a lot already out there. So, okay, so let's just see if the ones that you're asking about, Elisa, if those buildings in
yeah,
Washington
yeah. I think
were
one of them was
pre
like,
our timeline.
yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
it's the Library of Congress or even the Capitol, the one that we saw, the picture of the Capitol. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know if we have to specifically ask for each building, but I know I saw some buildings. I don't
So
remember if it was the museum,
let's just ask if any of those
Smithsonian.
buildings were from before this timeline, like if they were already in existence or whatever. Wow, this is interesting. So the first one up is our Five of Wands. So this is when it's a confusion card. So it's in changing something. So it was an action card that was done to change the story around it. Then we've got our Two of Swords. So this is like, it's not, a decision's got to be made, but it was not what it seemed. So that can be like a no card. But the no to me was how they've presented it. Queen of Wands. She's my trustworthy card. And she's got a lot of wisdom, but she takes action with it. So again, it's not truth. What they've told us is not truth. King of Cups. There's something
Mhm.
hidden. There's something hidden emotionally. So no, those buildings were not built how they said they were built.
Okay.
So they're not from this timeline.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
And of course we wouldn't know. I mean, that's like 3-4 generations ago, wasn't it? Like right back late 1800s or whatever. It's like I said, that there was an architect, apparently he was a convict, but he was such a good architect, they got him to build, it was something like 38 buildings in 1 year in Australia. And they're all the Tartaria buildings, because you can't have built them like with what we had
Wow.
here. So they
Wow.
make up stories.
So I'm not sure what this is. Were the atomic tests really an attack on the Tartarians and not tests?
Okay.
Atomic tests.
So, Dennis, I know that there was testing done obviously in the Pacific and in different countries, but wasn't that in the 30s and like 50s? So let's just see. Are you asking if they were destroyed? Is that trying to destroy buildings? I wonder if that's what Dennis is trying to ask.
Well, he's saying if it was really a test, if the excuse was that it was a test, but really
Yeah.
it was an attack on the Tartarians.
Good
Yeah.
point. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been, because our moon cards come up. So this is something displaced, something that's what's the word? It's bringing it up to be looked at, and then the Tower card. So there was something more specific than just them being a test, Dennis, is what the cards are saying. King of Pentacles. So there was a master plan in place when they were doing those. So look, and who knows, if they were atomic, maybe they were some sort of demolition thing. So there was definitely something else going on, not just testing, whatever it was. So that's a really good point.
Okay, so then were they being attacked by the reptilians?
Ooh,
Did they
okay.
have too much power and the reptilians were like, okay, we got to be done with these people. They're getting too advanced.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay, so the first card, these two fell out when you were talking. So we've got our Three of Wands, which is looking towards the future and letting go of the past. The King of Swords. Now, he's someone that speaks truth, very powerful. So it looks like they were trying to change the story up, making it different. Knight of Wands. coming in with a little bit of chaos action to stir it up. And then we've got our Five of Pentacles. So it's like they were left out in the cold and there was a change that happened from that. So, yeah, it was like, you know, maybe they were evidence because they were trying to run this storyline, right? They needed to get rid of evidence, didn't they?
Right. Yeah.
So that makes sense.
So they must have terminated them somehow. They must have done something. And I think that's what's connected to Dennis's question.
Yeah. So we'll look at even the things like Men in Black, you know, they just go in and clean up stuff, don't they? Apparently. Apparently, but they're just a movie, aren't they? So, you know, so that's, there was stuff being cleaned up.
Yeah.
Just check. Yeah, and a lot of mystery with it because the Four of Swords has come up. So
God, I hope we get the story on that. I would love to know. Fascinating.
I know. It is fascinating. And you know, I always feel that, and because the Nine of Cups has come up, I always feel when we've got that desire and we've got that wish and we want that to happen, there's truth in it. It always feels like when there's truth in something, when it just plays on our mind and we just go, oh, that's so intriguing. So, yeah, King of Swords, I feel there will be some truth around this because, again, so it's all just about timing.
All right, very good, Lila. Question: are the really strange cryptids, pterodactyls, dogmen, and frogmen actually escaped from underground labs?
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So you feel, Lila, that they may have been, they might have been manipulated DNA or something
right.
like that.
Yeah. Like they used to, like they did in Atlantis, where they started doing half human, half animals.
Correct. Let's have a look
and
see. And it doesn't have to be all of them. I'll just ask in general.
Yes,
some of
she
these
said
beings,
really strange cryptids, and then she gives an example.
Okay, really strange cryptids. So
cryptids actually escape from underground labs.
Yeah, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we've got our Two of Pentacles. So this is a 50-50 card. So it could be, look, and then we've got our Four of Wands. So this to me is somewhere that's like a home. So that's safe and built. And the Hanged Man, it got stopped. This is what I'm feeling here. So there could have been some that did escape, that wanted to find somewhere that was a lot safer and happier for them. But I feel it actually got, because the Surrender card has come up, our Hanged Man's come up. And that can often be surrender, putting things on hold, slowing it down. So, and some mistruths were told. Page of Swords comes through with a story. It's not always right. So there could have definitely been some beings that did escape, and they've sort of put a lot of it on hold or covered it up or hid it or did whatever with it. So, you know, and that's it.
That's just crazy. Crazy.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. So
crazy.
I mean, the things that we don't know, it's just so huge. And it's, so.
All right. So the next question is a question I've been meaning to ask and I keep forgetting.
Okay.
So it has to do with Enki and Enlil. And what can the cards tell us about Enki? Is he good or is he bad right now in this now moment today?
Okay. So now can you tell me what you know about Enki? Like, what is your understanding of Enki? No. Okay. Because I haven't looked into this much. I don't know much about it.
I didn't. I didn't.
Should we even ask if it's true, if this Enki thing, this whole thing is truth? I don't.
If Enki is even real, we could ask if Enki and Enlil, the story of Enki and Enlil, if it's real and true.
Yeah. Okay. So there's some truth in it because our Lovers card has come up. So to me, that's saying there is a connection. There is something there.
Okay.
Queen of Swords again. So today this card is really showing up like not the whole story's not being told, though. It's not maybe I don't know what everyone's perception is. I don't have any perception of it, but that's what the cards are telling me.
Mm-hmm.
And the Ten of Swords. So it's almost like it was killed off, like it was finished, like it had finished. So it's interesting that they say, why is this being turned into an issue now? So is
Yeah.
it because they're bringing more awareness around it? Is that what's happening?
Well, there's a new uh, conversation happening that Enki's back. And so in the past, Enki was the bad guy and Enlil was the good one.
Okay, all
And
right.
now they're saying that Enki is a good guy. He turned it from bad guy to good guy now. So, or something
When,
like that.
was he
You
just
know,
from another? What was Enki? Are they saying it
I
was a
think they're
ET or?
Anunnaki. We can actually, let's
Okay,
ask
yeah,
if are Enki and Enlil Anunnaki.
yeah. And remember again with the Anunnaki, um, there was a lot of misconception around that as well. Like, it's still so unknown as to truly what happened with all of that. So let's just see, is Enki Anunnaki? Is that what you want to know? Yep.
If Enki and Enlil are Anunnaki.
They're both Anunnaki, what we understand as Anunnaki. Okay. They could have been part of it because, again, our Seven of Pentacles has come up. So Temperance. So this is a change in a situation, and that's what I was getting from this card as well. It's almost like they might have been part of it, but something changed
Okay.
with the Knight of Pentacles. So this is bringing through a new messages about a different reality or something that's new, bringing through a message, usually slow and steady. So I think over time, there might have been a change that looks like they could have been part of the Anunnaki, but something changed. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. It's just confirming that. So there was a shift up, there was a change around.
Okay.
I can ask now if their intentions were, if maybe we'll start with Enki, was Enki's intention to be of benefit to That might be a good way to put it.
So let's say today.
Today,
Enki's intention today.
in this timeline that we are
Because
living in.
well, first we should ask if he's really coming back, right? So it's being said that Enki's coming back to
Okay.
fix our DNA or to upgrade our DNA.
Okay. Interesting. Wow. Well, it looks like something could come back to help because we've got our Knight of Swords, which to me is always around military coming in to do something, and quite quickly. That sort of feels like something's going to change quite quickly. There's been a discussion, a contract. Three of Pentacles is always around something that's being decided or created, what's for the highest will and good to bring about more strength. Now, are they using Enki as like a technology almost? So interesting. Queen of Cups. So there's some emotion around this that is maybe a little bit sad. I'm not feeling that it's what we're being told. I feel that there's something else because of our Page of Wands now, something new that's coming in, some news to take action. But I'm not feeling that it's whatever this Enki and Enlil is. It's something that's already been put in place that's going to help us. So it could be a technology. So whether, I don't know, there's just too much there that's confusing.
Do we need, as humans, do we need that technology?
Will it help
Well,
us?
that's what I think that card
Yeah.
come up because that's why she says, why are they turning it into an issue? And I think that
Exactly.
card is saying that. But
yeah, it's like, yeah, let's just ask if this is actually something that is needed by us at all.
yeah, because I don't want it. I'm not interested.
Yeah, look, and with the cards that are coming up, I agree. King of Cups, there's some hidden mysteries with it. There's not quite the truth coming through on that emotional level. And again, we've got our Five of Pentacles, which is when something has been really hard, left out in the cold, but change coming. But it's just a discussion. It's like a contract. It's something a plan that has been talked about, and it doesn't necessarily have to happen. King of Pentacles, because we're masters of our own reality and our own everything, our own creation, our own future. So we don't have to have that. It's not, I don't feel this is something that you're going to have to, you're going to have to go with. It's like we all have our own reality. We create our own bubble of existence. This sort of stuff, if you're not interested, not going to touch us. I mean,
Okay, so
yeah,
can we ask Jasper if he has any
yeah,
information on it?
sure. Let's just tune in. Yeah. Again, he was showing me different bubbles, and within one of the bubbles there was this light coming through, and whoever wanted to experience that would experience that. But it's like there's equilibrium, he's saying, within each aspect of an experience. So it's not going to affect everybody. This is not going to be something that is global, worldwide at all. This is for particular souls that choose
Group
to
of
experience.
people,
Yeah,
right? So is this for the
yeah.
group of people that are choosing to go AI?
It could be, because I'm getting a, yeah. So, and just because it's light doesn't mean it's
It's good.
consciousness. But
Hmm.
it's not bad either. It's an experience,
It's
and
an
that's what.
experience that people can choose
Yeah,
to have,
they can
but
choose to have it.
that experience is the experience of AI, of being more of a artificial
Technology.
intelligence technology. And
That's why that word technology kept coming through for me, and because I know nothing about these dudes at all.
uh-huh. Hmm.
So to me, it was just around technology, and
Yep.
but that's going to be perfect for some people because if our Queen of Wands has come up, and that intuition and whatever they want to experience, they can experience.
Okay, so if they choose to believe that track,
Yeah,
that Enki's coming
they can
to
create it.
help our DNA, and they want to go AI, then that's good for them.
They
So
can.
that reality is being presented for those people.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And Queen of Pentacles has come up, so we can all contemplate what we want in our world and our life. And I actually, my understanding is that we can change our own DNA. We can actually work with our consciousness, work with our vibration, and change our own DNA and activate it. I mean, they call junk DNA, but to me, it's just DNA that hasn't been activated to our potential.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's
Well,
just my opinion.
I had heard that this reality, it was going to shift into like different timelines, and one of the timelines was where people would choose to be more technology than real human, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
feel like this is being presented for those that are going to go on the technology AI track, artificial intelligence track. So
Yeah.
again, not good or bad, just an
No,
experience, right?
just
If
an
you choose to
experience.
have that experience and you want to be more of a computer than a regular human, then go for it, right?
Yep. Totally. And
Yeah.
there, like you say, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just what souls choose to experience.
Okay, hold on. My cat's being playful now.
So
Okay.
Wheel of Fortune. So there's we've had many experiences as souls from my belief system, is so we can choose whatever it is we want to choose to experience on
Yeah.
many timelines.
Yeah. So we can't say that Enki is bad or good. He's just bringing an experience forward, and some people might choose that experience.
Completely.
Yeah.
That sits better with me.
Yeah, me too.
That we're discussing it. So yeah,
Me
and
too.
and people
Yeah.
that focus on things, what happens is you start to create it too.
Absolutely. Right. So
So
the
yeah,
more energy that you give to this conversation and to Enki and all of that, right? So I personally don't like saying his or their name because I don't want to give energy to that. Like I don't want to even it to enter into my experience. So personally, I've been staying away from that discussion because I just don't want to give it energy.
It's
So,
funny, I haven't even seen any of the discussions, and
yeah.
that's it. If you ignore stuff, it does tend to go away.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So Dennis keeps asking this question.
Come on, Dennis,
Okay,
what's he
well, we
doing?
asked Dennis this question. You guys put 888 if you want a reading from Marie, a general reading on the live chat. If you're right here, right now, watching this with us, put 888 on the chat while we answer this question that Dennis keeps asking.
Oh, Dennis, are you
Marie.
trying to destroy my friend with a laser? Jasper, what do you say to Dennis? Dennis, he said, can we try it on you first? I guess it depends what sort of laser, because you've got lasers that cut diamonds and you've got just laser beams, don't you, from light lasers. So, yeah. So I don't think I'd use the diamond cutter.
Would
So I
that
don't
do
know.
anything, you think?
Oh, if you're using any sort of diamond cutter laser, that would cut through the crystal for sure.
No, I mean the
Oh, the
laser.
laser, a light laser?
Yeah.
Okay, let's ask him.
All right. And I picked Jackie Silveira.
Yeah. Jasper's just saying it's just another form of vibration and frequency, the laser light. And he said, so because, because, oh God, I'm going to choke. Because he's actually already able to, he's connected to consciousness, it probably wouldn't change anything. But it's like if you squeeze a crystal or you connect them. Sorry, I'm choking. Must be cat hair.
Oh, it went the wrong one, huh?
So yeah, so it's almost like when you put pressure on that crystal, it's probably a similar thing. It would stimulate it, but he's saying it won't change his consciousness of what he is.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So yeah, but funny question. I love it. Okay, so we've got Jackie. All right, Jackie, I'm just going to tune in to my higher self and then ask to be tuned into your higher self and your etheric as to what you may need to hear at the moment for you to help you. Okay. All right. Okay. It's interesting because when I was tuning in, Jackie, yeah, I was seeing, I was almost seeing that you've been sort of doing something, playing a role, but it's like you're bringing it back to basics. It's like you're really trying to find your core. So, and then we've got our 5 of Cups. And so to me, this is often the grief card, is letting go because there's change happening. However, I'm actually seeing it as a really positive thing because you're coming back into the core of you to strip away stuff that you maybe don't need. And the Knight of Wands has come up. Now, this little character, he's an action card, but it can be a little bit chaotic. So it's probably not a bad idea just to take a little bit of time out to actually then look at what you do want to create, because we've got our beautiful Nine of Pentacles. Now, this is about abundance, something very unique that's coming into your reality. And it's almost like, yeah, you're going to almost take a whole nother route. So the 10 of Wands has come up. So this is finishing something. It's taken a while to get here, but it is completing something. It's an action card. You just got a little bit more to do before it's finished, but it is finishing. So don't worry. Don't go into worry. This card will often come up, the Nine of Swords, if we start to go into worry about, well, how's this going to work out? Look at beautiful Elisa's story, about finding a new place. Just remember that you're getting shown things to help you to actually have a new experience. The Hierophant. I feel that there's been something that maybe you've looked up to as an authority figure, but you're going to let that go. You're going to actually really start trusting yourself more and creating more of what you want, creating new foundations. So your 4 of Pentacles. So it's taken a while for you to get to this place, but don't be scared of it. It's actually an opportunity. Wheel of Fortune, beautiful. So this is you changing where you've been, moving into something different. It's all going to flow. The Wheel of Fortune to me always happens when it's meant to happen. Okay, so because it's going to be a little bit different to what you've experienced before. Don't go into your head and worry about it. You're just finding you're going back to the core of who you really are. It's almost like we get fragmented sometimes. It's like bringing it right back in and just knowing that you're going to experience things differently, which is going to be fun. So that Nine of Pentacles is very unique, but Hanged Man's come up. So to me, just let go, surrender, just take some time out, okay? Don't try and get things too much done right now. Just let it all start to happen around you. So I hope that helped, Jackie.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Maree. All right. So now it's my turn. So this was exactly 4 years ago to the day. My fellow Americans, over the course of the next several days, this is a Q post. You will undoubtedly realize that we're taking back our great country from the evil tyrants that wish to do us harm and destroy the last remaining refuge of shining light. On POTUS's order, we have initiated certain fail-safes that shall safeguard the public from the primary fallout, which is slated to occur 11/3 upon the arrest announcement of Mr. Podesta 11/4. Confirmation to the public of what is occurring will then be revealed and will not be openly accepted. Public riots are being organized in serious numbers in an effort to prevent the arrest and capture of more senior public officials. On POTUS's order, a state of temporary military control will be actioned and special ops carried out. False leaks have been made to retain several within the confines of the United States to prevent extradition and special operator necessity. Rest assured, the safety and well-being of every man, woman, and child of this country is being exhausted in full. However, the atmosphere within the country will unfortunately be divided, as so many have fallen for the corrupt and evil narrative that has been long been broadcasted. We will be initiating the EBS during this time in an effort to provide a direct message to all citizens. Organizations and our people that wish to do us harm during this time will be met with swift fury. Certain laws have been pre-lifted to provide our great military the necessary authority to handle and conduct these operations. Okay, so this, how real is this? Is this still something that will apply to us today?
Okay. So, well, is this something that could actually highly potentially come through? For us. Yeah. It's a potential because yes, we've got our Nine of Cups, which is what everyone wants. It's like, just get this done. Like, let's do something to really activate, get things happening. Isn't that what everyone's been asking for?
Yes.
Just to bring it out.
Yes.
But then we've got our Page of Swords. Now, remember, this is bringing through a story, but it can be a little bit tricky. So there might be something in there that's like, a false flag or something in there that's actually not exactly how it's going to be. King of Wands. But there will be something that comes through that's truthful, that yep, great, this is happening. It's an action card as well. So, look, I don't think it's going to go down exactly like that because of that Page of Swords in the middle. I'm just going to ask for a clarifying card and just see. Yeah, that one's really... because some of that is to trick the devil card to come up. So some of that is to trick the cabal as well, because then they just don't know what's going on. So it gives the White Hat strength by having that little bit of deception in there. I still feel that there's definitely some truth in that. It's just,
okay.
Yeah.
So were these Q posts meant to be for the future? In other words, 4 years ahead exactly? So,
yeah.
So
is it 5 years? There was that 4 years ago. Was it that one?
Oh no, sorry, 2018 to 19, 20, 21, 22. So 5 years. So were they meant to be used 5 years later, these posts?
Okay, let's find out and just see. Because what do they always say? The future proves past, or one of those sayings,
something like that.
Yeah. Okay, let's just ask about that. That one's hot. Yeah, it looks like, so the Ten of Swords, definitely something's finished. So it's almost like now's the time for this stuff to be coming into fruition. Six of Cups. So we're getting offered something, but everyone's looking over here. When I look at this, I always see in the face of the little girl. So people are looking down here, even though
Yes.
they're offering something. So it could be a little bit different to what we thought. And again, gosh, this Five of Pentacles is coming up a lot today. Been left out in the cold. There's been, it's been quite a hard road, but there is change coming in our reality. So
Okay.
yeah,
So then
is.
let's look at this week then, because that's a
Okay.
big thing to say, that the emergency broadcast system is going to be triggered. So will that magnitude happen this week? Is anything major that we will be able to see happen this
in the
week?
next 7 days? Let's do it as 7 days.
Okay.
Will something obvious, big out there, so we can see it with our own eyeballs? Will that actually happen?
Love you too, Barbara. Oh, that's a yes.
There's definitely something that's going to happen, because that's a very unique card. It's very abundant. Queen of Cups. This is actually emotions. So people can be a bit sad. They can be like really contemplating their emotions as well. So that could be an aspect of something coming out. I really want an absolute solid yes for this, a yes or a no for this too. I mean, I think it might be got the Sun card. So this could bring about for the people, like we were talking about us, for our eyeballs, not for ones that don't know.
Right.
For us. So the Sun cards come out. So there could be a lot of illumination happening. There could be a lot of things that come out that are quite obvious.
Wow.
So death, transformation, change. And it's been a slow journey for us that have been in the know to get to this point. Not slow when you look at the overall length of time it's been going on for, but so there's definitely a change and a transformation coming.
Okay, well, it's the elections are on the 8th, and we supposedly, are not going to have them. So something has to happen in the next week.
Yep, we've got an Ace of Swords and a Magician, smoke and mirrors, but that can bring through miracles, but also Ace of Swords. There's going to be some truth in what we've been talking about. There's definitely truth in it. So, and that's all from the cards. So, yeah.
Wow.
So let's just enjoy our
Yes, let's get the popcorn, you guys. Let's go get some popcorn.
That's so funny. Full new beginnings. Gosh, okay. So there's a lot of cards that were just really, and that doesn't happen like that usually. Often it's like, look, something might come out, but it's going to be behind the scenes. But that was fairly in your face. So that's all. I'm just going with what the cards telling me.
Absolutely.
But,
absolutely.
So
okay. Well, I'm gonna. Maple Tree's asking about the non-person characters, like the backdrop, and I believe we discussed this already in another show.
Yeah.
Do you happen to remember what the answer was on this?
Yeah, there are definitely what we call non-player characters.
Real.
Yeah. What I was getting, I remember, because I was surprised, was that some of them they do have a consciousness. Obviously, they're not just like paper and whatever. They have got a consciousness and some
that
soul.
was shocking for me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But I remember that, and I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, so they'll, they've just got they're having different experience. Everything has a consciousness, whether it's this card, whether it's the table.
But the NPCs are here is specifically, and maybe we can ask the cards, is my understanding the NPCs are here to create an experience for us. So in other words, if you're in a low vibration and you go to the airport, it's full of people. Well, a lot of them are these NPCs, because they're there to create the experience of low vibration, of heaviness, of lots of people, of lots of weight, of lots of lines, of so they're here for that, to create experience, like traffic, make it so there's a lot of traffic,
But also too, there might be some that, because we vibrate, we always attract into us what's going on. So if we're vibrating at a certain, frequency, and there's an aspect of us that needs to be cleared, we might attract someone in that has that ability to help us to do that. So there's our Hermit card. To me, this is the internal of us, which is our being, the wheel of fortune, so things can be changed, exactly what you were saying, by having these beings, these conscious beings that are there specifically. That's their role.
Yes.
We've yeah, and yeah, Three of Cups to celebration, because it can help us to shift and change. You
Yes.
know, so
Yes.
yeah, what you were saying actually
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And they don't have to be of a low vibration either. It's a vibration that will match whatever it is that we need to maybe have an experience.
Yeah.
Mm,
Absolutely.
mm.
And Lila, thank you so much for the super stickers. We really
Yeah.
appreciate that. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Lila. It's really sweet.
Well, I'm so grateful. Today went well. The answers I wanted to hear. Everybody, if you came in late, definitely go back and listen to the show from the beginning, because there's a lot of really good information that we discussed here. And don't forget to hit the like button and share, share, share. And if you want a reading with Maree, you can go to magicmaree.com and book your own reading. And other than that, Maree, do you have anything else before we go?
Yes, I do. I pulled a card before we started, and it was the bee. Now, this is from my Animal Magic set, and I was asking for anyone that's going to be watching the show that's on it live. The bee is all about the light worker. So it's about letting go, holding your light, and then shining your light. Okay, so it's all what we were talking about today: surrender, go into faith, shine your light, because you don't know who you're going to affect by just being you. All right, so that's the bees about being the light worker. So that's for today. So
Yes, awesome.
yeah,
All right, everybody. Thank you, Jazzy. Thank you,
yay!
Maree.
He
And
loves you all.
thank you, Soul Family. Thank you for being here and supporting
Yes.
us. And we'll see you on Friday.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.